That's right, it is. Includes utilities. Water and electric's only $70. That's so cheap. Wow. We had somewhere around 200 people.
Zoom in on me. Didn't work. Hello.
I did okay. And,
You got, was it on?
if everybody comes through. Let's see.
Mr. Fox, have a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Give 90,000. Thanks. Yeah, there was only 4 last one. I think it was.
So this is something different.
Yeah, they were here. SA Cares was here.
Ray's going to.
Yep, 559. Sorry.
Fuck, now it starts to talk.
Can we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, the prayer?
United States of America, the Republic, a nation,
Guys, if you don't mind, please put on because running YouTube, recording it, so we can see how this is. So all your mics are on. If you want to turn them off, just make sure that sounds.
Sounds great.
Motion to have Councilman Perkins chair the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Like, opposed? Motion carries. Do we have any visitors signed in to speak? Nope. All right. Reading of the minutes from October 5th, 2021.
Councilman Perkins would make the motion to approve the minutes as distributed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. General fund warrant number 1548.
Make a motion for approval of general fund warrant number 1548 by title.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed likewise? Motion carries. Or I guess, yeah, that's a motion. Road maintenance warrants number 935.
Make a motion to approve road maintenance warrant 935 as distributed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Funding request, I guess we're going to take up from last meeting. We have a spreadsheet on, it's like,
Might be in there.
There it is.
There it is.
right. So we have 39,000 in request and $90,000 budget. So that would leave us, what, 41,000 afterwards? What's your thoughts? 51,000, I'm so sorry.
Look at this part.
I think we just had 4.
Yeah, we got St.
Except
Nick,
one.
USA Cares, Bill Young, and St. Edward's Playground. What was the playground equipment? We had questions on that. Where it's going. I mean, who we're writing a check to and all that. Didn't we have a question on that?
I know it's gonna be some handicap accessible. Are we not giving, J-Town area administrators, we usually give them, I guess we gave them 50,000 last year. We gave them an additional 150,000 towards the
Yes.
end of last year, so we,
I don't,
That's coming up later in the
Third,
meeting.
item number 8.
Yeah, it's budgeted and
So we would still have enough money for that if and when that comes through.
based on, but yeah. Yes. And but rest of
I wasn't at the meeting last time. Who is the Kids Center for Pediatric Therapies? What is that?
they didn't ask for any money this time, Carol. That was last year.
in the green column, if you see the green,
Yeah.
where the dollar amounts are,
At $10.
only 4.
Those are the
That's
4 that
USA
asked.
Cares.
I was one down.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so people that have asked to see USA
Right. And 20.
actually.
I think Councilman Hall's question was in regards to what type of playground equipment. I know that we've done something, but this is
Well,
new and
What kind of scares me is the 20,000 to them. What have we done in the past for playgrounds? I know with them having handicap accessible, it is going to be more expensive. But I'm trying to remember what we've done for other.
Yeah, I know we've given money to Cochran Elementary School when they put in their walking track and when they put in their playground equipment, which is also a community playground like what St. Edwards is requesting. I was just trying to scan here. I don't think it's been any time in the last 4 years, which
That's
I think
what I
this goes
was
back.
looking
So,
There you go.
but I remember like, 2012 maybe, 2015. I think the council before I was on is what did donated to the walking track. And of course, I only know because I was in the neighborhood.
I think we gave $5,000 to ROTC several times. We gave
there's
baseball several times.
Yeah, J-Town High
ROTC
School
was
gets a
for
lot.
the obstacle course.
Right. Exception of Jan, we've never given anybody over $10,000. But keep in
We did
mind,
though.
not to sound crazy, but things are extremely expensive these days.
I believe if I'm trying to remember, did we not give Cozair Charities money for their
Oh, yeah.
interactive playground over on Bluegrass?
Yeah.
Percent.
It
So they
is- I
gave
think
the-
it was about
Right.
15,000.
Right.
Gave a lot of money to the tennis courts over J-Town.
Oh, that's
No.
true. Yeah.
J-Town High School.
I don't have any objection if it's for the kids.
Read the next page.
Describe how Jeffersontown residents will benefit from your request. The St. Edward Playground to be open to the community after school hours and on weekends. Playground will allow students the ability to engage in physical activity and receive social, emotional healing, development, friendships, problem solving, and sharing. Two pieces of equipment on this playground are ADA, American with Disabilities Act compliant. The Wii Saw and the Wii Swing are the two pieces of equipment that are safe for students with disabilities to play on. The other kids, the ability for disabled students to play playground boosts self-esteem, confidence, and belonging.
I think
Thank
we
you.
ought to give it to them.
Okay, what do we have in the council funds?
90.
90,000.
We have 90 in that also?
No, that's,
Oh, that is. Oh,
how much?
I'm sorry.
Plus in the.
So that could add to this 90 if we need.
Yeah, if we need to.
Okay.
Not quite.
I believe by definition, this does answer or fall under the standards that we set for community outreach. So, worthwhile. Never.
Right.
I think the other question Councilman Hall had was,
Who are we writing the check to? Like, did we figure out St. Edward's calling can receive?
Yeah.
we was earmarked for that. Never.
Yeah, I personally don't have a problem with the amounts that the four groups requested.
Make a motion.
I was gonna
So I'd make a motion that we pass it as is with the
second.
fourth. Okay.
We have a first and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. First reading of resolution number 674.
Motion for first reading of resolution number 674, series 2021 by title only.
Yes.
You have questions. I mean, Mike's here to answer questions.
I'm happy to present, or
No, go ahead.
No,
there,
please
there was
proceed.
there was an overview in your, should have been in your packets, along with a copy of the draft resolution. It's for Dental Choice Holdings, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of Delta Dental, obviously a large employer in the community. They've gone into the mouth guard business, expect revenues to increase from about $2 million so far year to date to $18 million, $8 million, $18 million. It's on here. $19 million in 2024. Exponential growth. They've gone into not just athletic guards, now there's some deep breathing for elite athletes and for snoring control, sleep apnea, that kind of stuff, all by different names. This is, remember how you used to, if you played high school or college football, you'd drop or even grade school, you'd drop it in boiling water and well, now you microwave it and do it. It's made out of the material the same material that the most of the car bumpers are made out of now, so it's more pliable, safe. Anyway, it's ADA, different ADA, American Dental Association approved. That's the only one of its kind in the country, and they're consolidating distribution, hiring some key executives, and are asking for the jobs program for the first 5 years of operations. They'll take on about 22,000, a little over 22,000 square feet of space over in the park on Production Lane or Production Court. Open to questions.
How many employees would they be ramping up employees?
They'll be ramping up to 15 employees. There are 2 currently here that are working distribution. They're doing it out of the second floor of their office building right now. Kind of cumbersome taking
Wow.
pallets up and down the elevators, the freight elevator. But ramping up to 17 at the end of the build.
What's the total payroll going to be?
Payroll ultimately will be a little over $1.1 million, average about $60,000 a year with the key executives they hire.
How long have they been with us, Mike?
Delta Dental,
Long time.
long time. I can't answer that question.
It's been a while.
Longer than I've been here,
20+ years.
so
Yeah, a long time.
at least 14 years.
I make a motion for approval of first reading of resolution number 674, series 2021 by title.
Second.
We have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries.
Reading of resolution number 674, series 2021, a resolution approving the provision of incentives to Dental Choice Holdings LLC pursuant to ordinance 1374, series 2017, Jeffersontown Occupation Business Savings Program. That concludes first reading. You may entertain a motion to approve.
So,
moved.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. That's a good one, guys. That's a homegrown business and keeping them here. All right, first reading of resolution number 675, 2021. The resolution authorizing the mayor to sign a memorandum agreement. Jeffersontown Area Ministries Jam to distribute the American Rescue Plan Act. I assume that's the 150,000.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Cut the money.
By title only.
Make a motion for approval of first reading of resolution number 675, series 2021 by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
First reading of resolution number 675, series 2021, a resolution authorizing the mayor to sign a memorandum of agreement, MOA, with Jeffersontown Area Ministries, JAM, to distribute American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA funds. That concludes first reading. You may entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Committee reports. Vince Grisanti.
Public Works has no committee, thank you.
Councilman Bloom.
From economic development, no report.
Councilman Ware.
Parks and Rec, I will say the Pumpkin Fest is October 30th, and Debbie has asked that we reach out to her to see who will be here handing out candy from 11 to 1. All I have.
Carol.
Safety has no report.
I don't really have anything from administrative. I had a question for Bill and Chief Sanders, and I'm sure you guys have seen this, and we've talked about it before. That traffic around Tully, man,
It's horrible.
it's beyond horrible. And I don't mean to, I understand. The kids are scared, gotta haul their kids to school. But it's like, it's impassable at times.
It
For
is.
about an hour, hour and a half.
They're doing everything they can to try to figure it out. Right now, they've got a system in place, may help. But other than that, I can't get anything.
Horrible.
Well, maybe somebody can reach out to the mayor or the chief and see if they want it's up. It's crazy. All right.
Yeah, I know that what is happening is because we have such an acute shortage of bus drivers, the volume of parental traffic has gone through the roof. It's probably double what it normally is. And so I know that Major Temperman and the officers on that watch are developing a plan, amending their plans and doing the best they can with it. So,
Yeah, and it's not
It
just
has-
Tully, it's
it-
all the schools.
It's all the schools.
It's all the schools.
yeah, it has our full attention, and we're doing the best we can to get it corrected.
I know the mayor had spoke with them about
He met with all of the principals of all of our schools to discuss that. And I think that there is a plan in place for Tully to modify one of their entrances in and out to improve that.
Matt may be able to answer that. I was my understanding that there, instead of having the zigzag, it was gonna be an S curve. Not the, okay,
Yeah, there are some changes on the grounds of the school that the school is considering where it would create a second entrance. Kind of got to drive over the grass a little bit, but I don't know where they are on that. I was on vacation last week, so I'm a little bit in the dark on where that stands right now. But I know has our full attention.
I mean, I can just speak to Tully. It's been a trouble spot even pre-COVID. You know, they would back up maybe halfway down Maple. Now they're out on the Waterston Trail,
You can't
every
move.
side street. It's really got this town almost in a gridlock. It's crazy. And I'm not expecting us to fix everything, but we can.
Do something.
You know, my kids go to Eastern, and it's like that. I mean, it's a huge school. Every single artery, every road leading into that drop-off point is full. And, you know, the people that live near there, they just have to be patient. They have to know it's like that. Take a whole different route if you can. And it goes by, it goes pretty quick once they open the doors, so.
But Tully too, you got St. Edward's right around straight out of, or ending school at the same time, so.
St. Edward's has got a great program though about getting people in and out of there.
Well, yeah, but they also have that big parking lot too without buses. Like, I
Yeah.
think that's what throws off a lot of the public schools is they save all the space for the buses. Car riders are stuck in the neighborhood.
And St. Edward's is only a couple hundred kids, whereas Tully's 800 plus kids. So big difference in the amount of traffic they generate.
Because I know over at Cochrane, they bring all the buses into the front, and then all the cars are lined up along Steeplechase on the back. I hear about it a lot.
Yeah.
Line all the way back. Block both sides quite some time.
And I think the biggest problem is when these schools were built back in the 60s and 70s, they weren't meant to handle the side streets. The infrastructure wasn't meant to handle this kind of traffic at all. And as we all know, that kind of roads are expensive, and finding a solution to that isn't a quick one. So I would like to see them do some kind of staggered release. So many kids at maybe 3 o'clock, so many kids at 3:30, so many kids at 4 o'clock, so we're not all backed up at the same time.
I've heard some talk about that. That's one of the concepts that's being studied right now, not only within J-Town, but across JCPS.
Buses
Getting down
out.
the head with the school buses, driver shortage. There's over 100 bus drivers short. I just heard from a friend the other day, they've raised the pay of their truck drivers from 25 to 30 and still can't get
I think
drivers.
we need to call our president.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got to ramble. Councilman Abrams?
Finance has no official report. I will add to that one thing is that I would like to, Carol, since you're head of safety committee, I'd like for you to meet with Mayor Sanders or Chief Sanders and the mayor about that, because JCPS, I believe, has a duty to protect these children. And the reason is, I'm saying is, I literally watched a mechanical foot race on Old 6 Mile Lane last Wednesday, because the cars are down 6 Mile Lane. So they're trying to get around, and they're getting into the opposite, because it's only 2 lanes, of course. And they're trying to beat it all the way down, passing 40 cars, not knowing what's coming around the curve or over the little knoll. And so I see a potential fatality or a real bad wreck going to happen. My suggestion to them would be JCPS needs to monitor that. They have somebody out there directing traffic then, stopping it and say, okay, you guys can come and you guys can come.
They did have the police out there the other day.
Well, it's not, here's the thing is, $1.8 billion is their budget now.
Yeah.
That is our budget. They go through our budget in less than 6 days. 6 days.
5 million, there's one.
Yeah. So they have a duty to spend that money in the right manner to protect the residents of this city.
You're talking about the high school.
I'm talking about the high school right there.
Yeah,
But JCPS as a whole
right.
has a duty to it. The parochial programs have always done it on their own. So I don't see a problem with them at all. It's
So do you want me to call a safety committee meeting, or do you want to wait till Bill gets back? I don't know when.
no, I don't think you. My recommendation would be if you would meet privately with them at some point and then decide how you got. Of course, we have to get with include our city attorney on that, but there's not a whole lot we can do.
No.
But as the mayor of the city, I think Jefferson Town's mayor may be able to put a little bit of pressure on Mr. Polio and JCPS board to do the right thing here. Before, I'd rather be proactive rather than reactive to an injury. Because it's not just school children, we're talking about residents in cars. No further report, thank you.
Councilman Hall?
Will you make my report shorter, because that was one that I got today. The other thing is, talking about safety, is now that our historic district here is starting to get a little busier, might want to look at some additional crosswalks. We have them down here on Taylorsville Road and Waterston Trail. Down here on Maple, there's a lot of people that walk to the 5-Star. So the Billtown Road, that one's got a lot of high traffic. And I think we're probably okay at the other end with the firehouse, because the church, when the church is in session, there's a police officer there. So that one's probably okay, but we might want to look at adding something just now that we're getting a lot more foot traffic in the dark and during the day, and people roaming from restaurant to different stops. we might want to consider that. So if you might be able to add that to your safety, this bike. No actual crosswalk that, because if you come up here in front of the 5-star, everybody goes directly to the line. There's no place. I think there are flashing signs as they walk, but I'm not sure. But there's just no. These people are turning. These people, you know. There's. I was actually thinking right at Maple, but
Watterson Trail, right?
just to kind of square off the downtown.
I think I want to bring up with too, like what Councilman Paul said, maybe
In
more lights.
Huh?
Maybe more lights.
More lights where?
Down Washington, maybe it's not, you've got those gaslight lights, but they're kind of spaced out. Maybe double the amount of those. to
Yeah, it's
really light
dark.
That better, that dark, that time of night.
I mean, I'm
Well,
just,
just have a safety committee meeting?
Yes, yes, yes.
Matt would
Matt
like to
may
say
have something to say on that
As
with
people-
streetscape.
as people are
Phase
coming
two.
down
Decorative
Billtown
lights.
Road, they don't have to stop sometimes. The light's green.
Yeah, I would remind that we are very close to hopefully getting our final approvals in order to advertise for construction for the Waterston Trail Streetscape Phase 1, which takes us from Maple to Old Taylorsville Road. And with that project, of course, going to be all new curb and gutter and sidewalks. It's going to have all new decorative street lighting, 60 feet on center, so it will definitely greatly enhance visibility up and down that corridor into the future once that project's constructed. It's also
Just
going to...
answered the safety committee.
Yeah, it's also going to address better pedestrian crossing, striping, everything else at Old Tales Road and Maple, those intersections as well. It's hard to do anything at College and that because they're an unregulated intersection, and the standards don't allow you to put pedestrian crossings on an unregulated intersection, whether it be a stop sign or a signal. We have to go through a little bit further warrants if we're going to try to do any mid-block crossings. It also increases your signage and other types of stuff.
I don't know.
So it gets a little bit more complicated. You saw what we had to do down for the bike and ped trail out Waterston Trail, because that was an unregulated intersection at the time. So we had to put all the extra lighting, signalization, striping up. So it gets a little bit more complicated in the downtown area. But we will improve those two intersections you mentioned, and we'll increase street lighting with the streetscape project.
So there's no sense of meeting.
Well, you can meet the school traffic.
He's
For the
gonna
school
talk to
traffic,
Bill
this is
first.
the only thing.
So
I'll
that'll
call
be
it.
done in the next 2 weeks or so.
But we're hoping that we can get it advertised
Next
for the end
week.
of the year is our goal, and probably start
We could
construction
throw up
in the spring.
signs in a week. We gotta do something to block the. I mean, again, we might be reactive again.
I think that's
Trying to
Maybe
save
work
us.
with Jimmy at Public Works and see if there are pedestrian signals at those two intersections. I don't think it'd be any problem for us to go out there and at least stripe the crossing.
Thank you.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Matt, while you're here, I spoke with a mutual friend of ours, and he said that we got $186,000 back on that last project that came in that far under budget.
That was a refund from LG&E. It was a lump sum contract, but the language read is if there is any unused portions, it would come back to us. So we did get a refund with that grant. Now, we've already paid for that grant, and we've already submitted for reimbursement for that grant. So there'll probably be some of that money would have to be funneled back to the transportation cabinet.
Oh, okay.
So it's one of those types of deals. But we would probably get at least a 20% hit off of that.
Thanks, Matt.
Well done.
Thank you.
Councilman Powell,
No report.
and then Naps is the mayor. He doesn't have any reports. So with that,
Good, Mr. Mayor. I make, our Councilman Perkins, I make a motion with.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn.
You almost? We did. You do. Huh? Yeah. You know what, when they just throw it to you,
Yeah.
I didn't know. I came down this night, I said, you know what,